Good morning, fellow esports fans, and welcome to the eSports Bulletin, episode 72. I'm Sam Carlson of SpawnRoom.com, and it is October 5th, 2012. The eSports Bulletin is a daily news recap that covers everything happening in the world of esports. From scene news to drama, we cover it all in 5 minutes or less, so you can spend more time doing what you love, owning noobs. So let's start this off with the headlines for Thursday, October 4th. S2 Games, the developer behind MOBA ARTS game Heroes of Newerth, announced the Han Tour, a $330,000 tournament spanning 7 months, starting this October and running until the grand finals in April of 2013. This tournament is pretty interesting, actually, and if you pass it up, you should go back and take a quick peek at it, because not only don't we see a lot of Han-related content in esports, but the format for this tournament is actually really interesting. The Han Tour will feature a placement qualifier starting October 20th that will determine the position of a team in 4 different skill-based tiers: bronze, silver, gold, or diamond. What's cool about this tier system is that even beginner teams or small unknown teams have a chance to win a portion of the prize pools that are given out all season, which is another interesting design of this tournament. It's not just a big grand finals prize pot that everyone's competing for. There are substantially large prize pools that are given out all season long. Pretty cool. The format also takes into account a point system in which teams are constantly earning points based on their performance. At the end of a cycle, teams will move up or down within the tier system, depending on how well or poorly they did. And then at the very end, the 3 teams with the highest overall points and a 4th from a round of 8 qualifier will move on to the $60,000 grand finals at a currently undisclosed location. Okay, ESL announced a new stop on the IEM Pro Circuit, this time in Katowice, Poland, on January 18th through the 20th, 2013. This stop will include StarCraft 2 and League of Legends, an $82,000 total prize pool, and will take place inside the large Spodek Stadium. Carmack's press release also revealed intentions for 2 more stops before the end of this year, 2012, one presumably to replace the Guangzhou, China one that was cancelled due to the China-Japan island conflict. And it was mentioned in that press release from back then that an Asian location would be preferable for this, for one of those like tournaments that are upcoming. So we can assume that one of them will be in the Asian region and the other is currently undisclosed. Alright, let's move on to upcoming events. We just have the one reminder to continue watching the League of Legends Season 2 World Championship playoffs, with the quarterfinals kicking off today and semifinals tomorrow. As for results, the Asian participants have really brought their A-game, crushing competition in both groups, knocking out CLGNA, SK Gaming, and Team Dignitas. And speaking of SK Gaming, I can't help but also mention the perhaps prophetic comments of CLG's Doublelift, who called out SK Gaming last week for being the worst seeded team of the World Championship participants. So entering the stage, they had a lot to prove, and it seems that SK cracked under the pressure. They went 0-3 in their group, and were the first team to be definitively eliminated from the tournament. And this was undoubtedly made worse by the fact that both SK and SK's premier player, Ocelot, had just received a critical partnership from betting agency djWHEAT.com. Kind of unfortunate, but other matches have been really great. The production quality has been awesome, so be sure to tune in tomorrow. Don't forget that the grand finals for this too are not this weekend, but on the October 13th weekend, so just be aware of that. And also, the link to the video I'm mentioning about Doublelift calling out SK Gaming is in the video description below. Okay, time for player and team news. Team Liquid announced the acquisition of Korean Brood War player Yum Si Bo Sung, who played his first official StarCraft 2 match just recently at the 2011-12 SK Planet Pro League Season 2 Tournament Series under the banner of Team 8. Liquid C, who's had dealings with Team Liquid in the past, interacting with fans on the forums, and participating in an episode of TL Attack, was happy to make a change in his life, to respark his competitive motivation and return to peak performance in Blizzard's latest title. You can find Liquid's newest edition on Twitter and Twitch TV from the link in the video description below. Alright, now time for C News. Last one. German gaming organization Meet Your Makers is considering reviving the MYM Prime Defending Tournament, this time for Dota 2. However, they will only consider doing this if they receive enough votes via Facebook likes and comments. So, if you were a part of, or you just remember the MYM Prime Defending Tournaments for the Warcraft 3 Dota mod, and would like to see history repeat itself, head over to the attached link and place your votes today. Alrighty, that covers this episode of the Esports Bulletin. Thank you very much for watching as always. Don't forget that there will be an episode tomorrow morning as well that will cover everything that happened Friday, cover all the things that are upcoming for Saturday. And then there's the Esports Nightly News broadcast on Sunday, which goes live on Twitch TV at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central. That's at twitch.tv/spawnroom. So I'll see you then.